They just gravitate towards him. He just had one of those electric personalities. And this young man on our T-ball team, his name was Keenan. The instant he met my dad, he just adored him. He followed him everywhere. Everywhere my dad went, Keenan went. And one day the ball got hit right to Keenan. He's by first base, and instead of stepping on the base, he was so excited, so proud to show my dad that he got the ball that he ran all the way across the baseball diamond and just like triumphantly shows this ball to Dad and just goes, "Here, you throw the ball, Coach Robbie." And that's just, I know it's just a little thing, but like I said, it just kind of epitomizes me the type of effect that he had on people. And I'm just going to give the mic to Lena now.
Robert Gordon Raines, known as Robbie to family and friends, was born on December 3rd, 1957 in St. Paul, Minnesota to Bob and Lorraine. He joined sisters Patty, Michelle, and Susie, who remember him as a born tinkerer and engineer, graduating from Tinker Toys to Lincoln Logs to an erector set. He could always come up with a way to solve a problem. As a 10-year-old, he rigged a rope that would simultaneously turn off the light and pull the covers over him to avoid getting caught staying up late up past his bedtime. He also totally converted a cheap Sears bike into a fancy tiger skin banana seat with Easy Rider handlebars all by himself. He was also a prankster and sometimes pest, as you would expect. His sister Michelle remembers a particular day in grade school in which she was chosen to make an important announcement to each class. First classroom stop went off without a hitch, but when she continued to the second classroom on the first floor of the 2-story building, she glanced out the window only to see a large spider outside the window, and I'm sure you can guess who was on the other side of that string. He was also a nut and a clown, and one of his grade school classmates once said that the class would always be waiting for the next Robbie one-liner. His sisters also remember that when Robbie didn't like what was for dinner, particularly meatloaf, he would hide it in the most interesting places, like leaves of the dining room table or a decorative wreath Lorraine had made that was at least 5 feet from where he sat at the table. But Robbie was also their protector, even though he was the youngest. Once when his sister Susie did his paper route for him, a guy on Jefferson and Fairview let his Doberman terrorize her and thought it very funny. When Robbie caught wind of this, he was so angry and said he was going to teach that expletive to mess with his sister. So in stealth mode, 2 months later, Robbie and Susie snuck out about 11 p.m. one night and threw a big rock through their large picture window. They took off running all the way past Cleveland Avenue, and then they fell in laughter on someone's lawn. Where's Sue? Oh, did the window break? Yeah. Where am I? Okay. So it sounds to me like the Robbie we all knew as an adult was pretty much the same Robbie as a kid. Robbie attended Nativity Grade School and graduated from Highlands High School in 1975. He followed in his father and grandfather's footsteps, becoming a third-generation elevator mechanic. BJ, who just spoke, went on to become the fourth generation. He worked for many companies throughout his career in elevators, including Otis, Lagerquist, the Inspections Department, All City, Eagle, Kone, and MEI. Ooh, hold on. He met many lifelong friends, including Tim, Doug, and Rick, and of course his best pal, Ken Pocken. Robbie was regarded in the train as an eccentric yet highly intelligent mechanic. Many elevator guys can tell you stories about Robbie's escapades and wild solutions, and hopefully they will be able to come up and do that in a minute. He was known as a jokester, prankster, and generally bizarre man among the local 9. Robbie was forced into early retirement in the elevator trade due to health problems, but once he overcame these, he started working in maintenance for real estate equities. There he met another group of wonderful friends and coworkers who introduced him to a love of Mexican food, especially tamales and a spice blend called tajin. When he was sick in the hospital with COVID, he asked me to bring him that. Yeah, true story. Robbie met the love of his life, Debbie Knutson, at Mitch's Supper Club on West 7th when he saved her from an unwanted suitor hitting on her by pretending to be her boyfriend.